Hi guys, this is the van I've just bought. It's a Ford Transit 2008, which I intend to convert into a camper van. It was previously used by a rock band and has basically been lined with ply and carpet and is in pretty good condition. And the paintwork outside is quite nice. And also the driver's seat and passenger seat, all that coachwork is all in good nick. So it was good to actually find not too much rust, except in this place the driver's side step, and the number plate lights had been corroded through the lack of a little bit of mastic, which is a shame. There are probably lots of examples on the internet how to do this, but just for completeness, here is my take. So having basically applied some paint stripper and got back to the bare metal all around the rust, I then applied the the Hammerite K rust kind of transformer, which turns it black, and then applied a Hammerite undercoat in grey, added some fiberglass and epoxy to fill the gaps, and finished off with the Hammerite black top coat. I'm yet to find the source of this leak, which is a bit of a mystery. Having sat there when it was raining, I could not detect where the water came from. But obviously, it's imperative that I do find where it's coming from and stop it leaking. As a temporary measure, I've just drilled a hole so the water can get out, so it doesn't just sit there, which is why this problem has developed in the first place. So, yeah, the mystery goes on. I will update as soon as I find out where it's coming from. The next major job was to remove the bulkhead, and this turned out to be a little bit problematic because half the screws came out fine, the other half didn't, because the fitting at the back just rotated in the steel, which meant I had to use a crowbar to pop the things out. Eventually I got the flipping thing out, which is great because it's really heavy and has now revealed a lot more light. I then removed the ply and carpet to see what was underneath, and found it was actually earth wool, which is great because I'll be able to reuse that on the side panels. I'll use Celotex on the roof. The side panels, of course, had to be cleaned, ready for the deadener to be stuck on, with the exception of the top panels on the door where someone's just stuck a piece of ply on, which I can't get off, so that will have to stay there, which is not a major problem, but it would have been nice to be able to get rid of it. On the rust front, there was another area I found I had to address, which is on the wheel arches. Both sides had rust like this, which had been previously not very well looked at, but anyway, ground it down, did the usual, covered it, and when I get underneath I'll just check it's okay underneath. So that's the end of the rust, with the exception of the suspension bearings in the engine compartment, which also needed a bit of rust treatment. But for now, that is the end of rusting treatment.